Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Much prettier studio today with Cindy Lazinski.
Hello there.
Yes, and Patty Braun-Eisen. Did I get that right?
Got it perfect.
Not too bad. With Cobalt Real Estate, one of the dynamic duos of real estate today. And I'm serious because it takes somebody that's very busy, very professional to give you information and knowledge that's going to change your life and really help you understand real estate and be successful at it. And we're stoked to have you two here today.
Thank you. We're very excited about being here and being able to talk about what sellers should be looking at and what buyers should be considering as well.
That's no doubt. And you have some great experience with that. And they brought some fun information. Of course, they're going to let you know what's going on in Santa Cruz today because, you know, it's a new year and the market shifts. You can guarantee shift happens. And it's happening now, I'm telling you. But the good news is we're back to a more normal market. And I know Gino's going to chime in on this, but we're back to a more normal market, which is a good thing for buyers and sellers. A lot of times you hear about how it's only great for the sellers and it's only great for the buyers. Well, good news for all of us, meaning we can understand the market, especially if you work with great professionals as Cindy and Patty. They'll guide you down the right path to understanding how to be successful at either selling or buying a home. And they have all the knowledge, right?
Yeah, and I feel that Cindy and Patty will agree, but this is an interesting market because we've been on these, for the last few years, it was like 3 years of decline or 2 years of boom or whatever these long periods are. We're finally back into what seems like a normal seasonal market. I feel like there's quarterly shifts happening. There's influence by interest rates. There are influences by people going in and out of school. We haven't seen that for a decade.
Correct.
You know, so it's kind of interesting to see this play out, and I think it's going to be really, really good for the move-up buyer this year.
I agree with you. And, you know, our inventory has been relatively flat, yet things are moving. And, you know, with Patty and I, about 65% of our business is actually advising and helping people get their home listed and sold. We love to work with buyers just as well, but our experience really lends itself to advising people how to get their home listed at the best value and then work towards getting them the best terms and conditions. And part of that really takes the effort of what we do pre-listing wise and what every agent should really be telling their clients. And Patty just had an experience with part of this because actually she drove very quickly to make it to the radio show today because she had to meet with a seller and give them some pre-listing advice as we're listing that property this week.
And that's exactly true. I just rushed over here, but I have...
You're not out of breath, are you?
No. But it is, it's fun. It is fun on this side too, to be able to give your clients the tips that they need. They usually, I guess it depends on the different situations as to why they're selling their home, but a lot of times as they're selling their homes, they are filled with questions and concerns. How am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? And that is really where we come in. It's more than just putting the sign in the front yard.
Absolutely.
It is helping them throughout the entire process. And that is giving them tips on what is my house supposed to look like. We tell them how to declutter their house, how to make their house look the best so that when you have potential buyers coming into view, they are looking at exactly what they want to see in the house, not all of your clutter, all of your trophies, all of your personal photos, all of those things we advise that people put away into storage.
So you're honest with them, huh?
We are. And we not only just tell them, but we also kind of help give them a few tools by actually yesterday, Patty picked up a box set and packing materials and delivered that to our sellers so that in telling them you need to declutter, here happens to be some boxes. Now, you know, we don't tell you have to go out and find boxes, you know, collect boxes from, you know, the dumpster behind Walmart. Here's a box set that, you know, that you can pack, organize, and have stacked, you know, real nice and neat in your garage.
Well, that's a little more than a subtle hint.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely something that the clients appreciate. I mean, I know that when I delivered that yesterday, that there was surprise and happiness that she doesn't have to go and purchase boxes, which can be expensive.
Well,
so.
what's nice is you're helping them make sure it happens. Because you're saying, I really believe that if you declutter your house, you make it look larger, as you've said before, Patty, that it will help. But that's the key, is, when you work with a true professional who's willing to be honest with you, also has a lot of experience, and is very busy, meaning, we always bring this up, Gino, because we think we have a distinct advantage with setting up mortgage financing for our clients because we have more at-bats. We're busier than most because we have a phenomenal team here at Skyline that supports us. Gino and I have well over 40 years experience, and we have more at-bats to see problems before they happen, help you negotiate through those problems, and make sure it's a smooth transaction and a happy transaction. Believe it or not, you talk to a lot of people, and a lot of you out there go, my transaction wasn't so pleasurable. But with the right team, such as our team here at Skyline, and working with Cindy Lazinski and Patty Brauneisen with Cobalt, that can be a pleasurable experience that you will want as a resource for years to come.
Yeah, we have plenty of clients that always come back, and that's the beautiful part. That's the part that's really rewarding about our business. But I wanted to point out what you talked about at first. You mentioned value, you mentioned tips, you mentioned support, you mentioned all these other things, but isn't price the most important thing? That's what the seller's going to think, but it's really not, because price is just one piece of the pie. There's so many other things that relate to value. How do you get the most bang for your buck on your sale? There's so many other places that we can touch on. I mean, I know you could talk a little bit about price, but as a former realtor myself, when I was taught real estate, I was taught one thing that always stuck with me. It's a marketing tool.
Correct. Yes.
It is not the price you want to sell.
Right. It's very important to do and take care of all the initial listing tips that we talk about, but also really look at the comps that we see for today, pricing it at today's market value so that we can really make sure that we market it properly. And in marketing it properly is getting the best photos so that when people look online, you want to have professional photos. You don't want me or Patty showing up with our little iPhone and snap a few pictures and put it on there. We hire the professionals. We know what we do well, and it's helping our clients by also connecting with other great professionals like the photographer and our lender, like you guys, making sure that they are connected with the right lender.
Yeah, I love that. Always great information. Again, if you just tune in, you're here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show with Cindy Lazinski and Patty Brauneisen with Cobalt Real Estate. And they're sharing some tips that all of you need to know how to be successful, either as a seller or a buyer. But we're talking about seller tips. And these are important tips. These aren't just, stuff you read in a magazine. These are tips that you guys believe in, support, and know the values of. Because if you price your home wrong or don't stage it correctly, then you're not going to be successful at selling your home at the best terms and the best sell price and get the most bang for your buck. Because also there's negotiation aspects that you guys
very important.
Add to the whole pie, because you have to understand the whole concept of why you need to sell it for this and be honest with them about it. Also, we love that you guys brought some fun little things that you're going to want to listen to, because I love these, the top 10 listing turnoffs that kill deals. And we've already talked about a couple of them. Bad photos being one, and that's one of my pet peeves. I can't stand fuzzy wuzzies. And then 6 things agents need to tell every seller. Are your professional, your real estate professionals being honest with you? And we're going to talk about the pitfalls of not pricing your home correctly. How much will you lose? When you come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS, don't go away.